The June 28th, 2011 special meeting of the School Board of Charlotte County, Florida is hereby called to order. Here in Charlotte County, we will achieve our vision of student success through our mission. We will provide an innovative educational environment that allows and inspires success for everyone. To lead us in the pledge to our flag today, we will ask Karen Laporte, who is on the agenda for a personnel action item for a new position. And typically that's what we'll do is pull someone out of the audience. And since you're in this new position, you're the pulling person.
Do I talk in the microphone?
Yes, you do, please. If you all could stand and join us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All this time I thought that was a joke.
No. Until you're on the agenda and find out it's you.
The other thing was, at Fort Charlotte High School, I did that for 3 years, every morning at 7:20 in the morning.
Oh, so you know how to do it well. Thank you. Good work. Mr. Superintendent, do we have any additions and corrections to tonight's agenda?
Yes, Mrs. Messina, we do. We have 3 additions and 1 deletion. Addition E2D, Personnel Addendum number 1, Karen Laporte, being recommended. Being recommended for the Director of Secondary Learning, I will say. We are deleting E2D, personnel action, job descriptions. We've just pulled them all off. We'll bring them back in the July meeting. Another addition under E2D is the Charlotte County Support Personnel Association collective bargaining agreement ratification of their contract this evening. And the final addition, E2D, is to vote on a meeting time, day and time for impasse hearing with Charlotte, Florida Education Association.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. It has been moved and seconded that we approve the additions and corrections presented by the superintendent. Is there any board discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Are there any reports tonight? I don't have any.
No, ma'am, there are none
Okay.
tonight.
New business, the consent agenda.
It's my pleasure to bring to you for your approval the consent agenda this evening as it is presented.
So moved.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that we approve the consent agenda as presented. Is there any board discussion? All right. Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That motion carries unanimously. Action item, the Safety and Security Best Practices Self-Assessment. Mr. Superintendent.
It's my pleasure to bring this annual self-assessment to you this evening. I'm requesting approval of the 2010-2011 Safety and Security Best Practices Self-Assessment, which keeps us in compliance with Florida Statute 1006.07, paren 6. So we thank Mr. Cummings for bringing this to us.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the Safety and Security Best Practices Self-Assessment. Any board discussion? Mr. Cummings, actually, I cannot see this agenda item without remembering the boxes and boxes and boxes for the OPAGA potential audit.
And, this is our 10th year anniversary here.
Oh.
I thought about bringing it down for old memories, but
Don't need it.
I didn't know there was enough room for it.
Well, we appreciate that, but we also appreciate your diligent efforts on our behalf. So thank you. Further board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And that motion carries unanimously. Next item is the concept drawings for the Punta Gorda Center Maintenance and Operations Facility Surplus Store and Clinic. Mr. Superintendent.
Before I make my recommendation to you on this item, I would like to ask Jean Spur, Director of Maintenance and Operations, as well as invite Bob Bitterly from Harper Partners to come to the microphone for this presentation.
Madam Chair, school board members, Dr. Whitaker. I'm going to turn the podium over to Bob so he can kind of walk us quickly through the floor plans and whatnot for the maintenance and operations building. As you remember, it was two board workshops ago. We sat down and we did talk about this, but we're looking for approval tonight so we can move forward.
Great. Thank you.
Good evening. It's nice to be before you tonight. As Jean mentioned, we did a workshop on the entire facility. This is for the M&O building. On the left, you'll see a rendering of the building, much the same as I showed you at your workshop. We did include the seal on the building instead of that louver, which was a request of the board. And the building is meant to be aesthetically pleasing, but not showy. It's meant to be very pragmatic and functional, which it is. It's a rigid frame type building, so it has the shape of a rigid frame, kind of like a warehouse. On the left, a little bit crooked there, we see that the floor plan on the right, you have your entrance. If you can point to the lobby, Gene, you have an entrance with 4 workstations so that we see who comes and goes. On the top of the sheet, we have the construction division with a conference room. On the bottom of the sheet, we have the operations and maintenance division with its conference room. In the very center, that big room, is a central record and supply area. And then behind there, you'll see the restrooms, and there's a corridor that cuts across the building that divides the front of house functions, like office functions, from the back of house, which are your laboratories and your actually workshops. So in workshops, you've got the special projects on the top. Then you've got your supply and storage there. Then kind of going around in the back, you have your maintenance, exterior maintenance and grounds. There's a carpentry shop and a mechanical repair shop for your mechanical equipment and so forth. And then up above, on the second level, we have all the mechanical equipment that runs the building, your electrical, et cetera. So we'd like your approval to proceed forward into our working drawings so we can get pricing on it and come back to you with final drawings. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Bob. Gene, thank you very much.
Good job.
Therefore, I am requesting board approval of the concept drawings for the Punta Gorda Maintenance and Operations Facility, Surplus Store, and Clinic.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the concept drawings as presented. Is there any board discussion? I appreciate Mr. Bitterly. Oh, there you are. I appreciate you changing the louver to the seal of the school district. I know we briefly mentioned that in the workshop, and it's nice to see that that's already been incorporated. So thanks so much for that. Further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next item is the Hurricane Charlie Recovery final drawings for the Punta Gorda Center warehouse and site work. Mr. Superintendent.
I am pleased to request your approval of the final drawings for the Punta Gorda Center warehouse and site work.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the final drawings for the Punta Gorda Center warehouse and site work. Any board discussion? Well, all right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next item is the personnel action as amended. Mr. Superintendent.
Yes, this evening I am requesting your approval of the personnel action that has been brought to you, including the amendments, the personnel action and interim salary schedule and the addendums.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the personnel action items as amended. And as a reminder, one of the amendments was the Director for Secondary Learning, Karen Laporte, and then in case there's any discussion, the CCSPA collective bargaining agreement and the CFEA impasse statement. So it has been moved and seconded that we approve those. Any board discussion? Did you have anything you wanted to say on some of those?
No, just a thanks to Barb Mellinson and her crew, and to Chuck Richards, Bobby, who's not here, on their passing of the collective bargaining agreement. It's good to bring that with you.
Okay. Any other discussion? All right, Mr. Clement, come on up. Glad to see you here tonight.
Glad to be here tonight. I just want to, on behalf of CFEA, thank the board for including PSC and making a movement with those candidates, people who are eligible, and doing it before July 1st, which is not the normal process. And what that does do is for those people, it's really, with the possible advent of some implications in Senate Bill 736, it really is a benefit to those people to be able to be brought in on PSC prior to July 1st. And just a matter of those few days really makes a difference. And I sincerely want to thank the board for their work on doing that, because it really is a good thing for our employees. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Superintendent, I just want to double check the CFEA impasse statement. And I just want to clarify, because when we introduced it under corrections and additions, we mentioned it was to set the time for the meeting tomorrow. Two things. Number one, I want to verify the advertisement of that meeting. And number two, that statement, as I read it, also included this board's approval of waiving for the special master issue.
Yes. My recommendation to you is that I'm recommending the waiver of the special magistrate as provided in 447-403, and to schedule a hearing for 2 p.m. on Wednesday, June 29th, 2011, for the resolution of an impasse between CFEA and CCPS.
Great.
We will be proceeding under the advisement of our attorney with advertisements in the morning,
Okay.
Which may include a news release, and most likely a posting on our webpage, those kinds of things.
Great. Board discussion. All right, seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? That motion carries unanimously. Mrs. Smith, do we have any citizens who wish to speak today? No, ma'am. Do we have any citizens who wish to speak today? All right. Attorney comment? No comment. Board member comment. Gosh, last meeting, I believe, Mr. Swift, you went last, so I'll allow you to go first this time.
Thank you, Madam
If you
Chairman.
don't abuse the privilege.
I've got about 45 minutes, so that's all right. Two things. You all should have received in an email today a message from Ruth Melton at FSBA about the legislative platform. There is a due date that must be received. Proposals must be received by Friday, August 26th. I think that deadline is probably because there will be a legislative committee meeting at my president's retreat in Punta Gorda the 7th, 8th, and 9th. So the beginning of that process. We also got a request from the Greater Florida Consortium for proposals. Anybody can make one, just has to be the matter of fact, that's basically the same form that FSBA uses. It just must be signed by a superintendent or board member. If you have any suggestions or requests for the FSBA December conference, I'll be going to a meeting next week that will be doing the initial planning for that conference. Please send me your suggestions by Tuesday. I think that's it, Madam Chairman.
Thank you. Mr. Vincent.
I don't have anything.
Oh, Mrs. Miller.
I just, again, want to congratulate Karen. I'm looking forward to working with you.
Mrs. Rendell.
And same for me. Karen, congratulations. It's an important position to be assigned to. Congratulations and good luck to you.
And for me, I wanted to mention the CCSPA support contract also, Mr. Richards, because it's a difficult contract this year and it's a difficult time. And so the fact that it passed, we were very, we knew it was a challenge. So we appreciate your efforts and Ms. Melanson and your team's efforts. Two things, or actually I have three things. One is that Mr. Olivo asked me to remind you, if you have not read, well, he sent a few emails today regarding the London Bay High School thing tomorrow, but the one that is most crucial in his mind right now is that you do not seek parking in the back or on the baseball field or wherever it was that you guys ended up last time. Because of the rain, your cars will not be served well. So if you park in the front of the school up by Mr. Jeffers' office, we'll meet around that area, and the time is still 3:30. Okay? Second, you may or may not know that the prestigious Riley Award is awarded on July 4th at Lashley Park during the big Lashley Park Independence Day celebration. And the fireworks that night are at 9 p.m., but the prestigious Riley Award is given out at 7:30. And we have a inside scoop on who the awardee is this year, and you all may want to make it down there because the prestigious Riley Award is going to be given to Ms. Sue Seifert. So if you are interested in attending that event, 7:30 Lashley Park, July 4th.
Well, I do have something to say then.
Okay. Is it about the word prestigious?
Yes. I was told that was a secret.
It was.
Okay, because I saw Sue and was just wanting to go, but I didn't. So it's not a secret anymore.
Well, Sue doesn't know, but we want people there for Sue. Correct? And we know that she's not going to watch this board meeting between now and then.
You hope.
Okay, so
Jen's eyes just got big.
Fair to say, Mr. Riley? All right. And if you could keep that out of the paper until the prestigious award is.
We were looking for someone beyond reproach so that it could go on. And Sid was the committee. It was just unanimous, just amazing. And I spoke to Bob and Raleigh about how would she take that. You know, would she want to decline it? Excited about it. So he's planning a picnic in the back of the park for the family.
Great. And you may recall that last year, which was the first year of the Riley Award,
Guess who won it?
it was Mr. Riley who received it. And at that point, it was not called the prestigious Riley Award, but now that it's going to be awarded to someone who with some prestige, it's being upped, and it is now known as the prestigious Riley Award. So.
And it is a vehicle through Smuggler's Enterprises to get $2,000 out to the recipient's favorite charity, which will go on and on.
Great. We like that. And finally, I need you to open your calendar books, if you don't mind. And the dates that we selected in July as potential master board dates, they can't provide a facilitator on those days. However, our superintendent has indicated that we're going to need a workshop. So we were looking at those 2 dates since we already had them in our books. Did you have a preference on which one?
No, I do not.
Does anybody have a preference if we do it on the same day as the budget budget?
the 28th,
21st,
21st.
right, which is the, what do we call it, advertisement, the budget
Yeah,
advertisement,
budget.
since
First budget hearing.
that way we don't bring out 2 different days. Is that good for everyone? All right, so we will go with the 21st for a workshop.
Time?
We had 1 to 5. Do you think
We
we
had
need
1
that
to 5.
time?
We'll try to do 1 to 4. So we shouldn't need any more than that, and maybe not that long.
All right, so 1 p.m. And then if we could look in August for some alternate master board dates, either the week of the 8th or the 15th. Anybody have any preferences? Any preferences? In
I
this?
have United Way meeting that Wednesday. I'm done at 9.
Is that the 10th or the 17th?
Yeah, the 11th and 12th, I'm at a leadership. I'm in leadership training,
Okay.
but I'm good 8, 9, and 10.
Mr. Swift, I heard an
I think I'm out of town the 11th as well, 11th, 12th, and 13th.
Okay, so if you guys are out of town that week, would you prefer to go earlier in that week or the next week?
Greedily, I would go for the next week because my
Yeah.
kids will be in school.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I have to be in Connecticut on the 11th. I don't know whether I'm leaving on the 10th or not yet because I haven't gotten the schedule.
So then the week of the 15th, does anyone have a conflict there?
Thursday and Friday, I'm open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
All right. Ian, do you have a preference Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Anybody?
No.
Do you have a preference Monday, Tuesday,
No.
Wednesday? What about for staff? Probably Monday's not the best.
It won't matter.
That doesn't matter. Pick a day.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. And do you want, it'll be 1 to 5. Tuesday the 16th, 1 to 5. And I'll also offer the 15th and the 17th if necessary, because that staff doesn't matter, you're right, because this is master board.
This is Tuesday, the
16th. You said you were out the 10th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to double check the
All
date.
right.
And I'm sorry, you said the 1 to 5.
1 to 5, that way we don't have to pay the travel costs, remember? All right, so I will submit those dates for us. Okay. Whew, sorry about all that. Mr. Superintendent, comments?
A couple of things. Congratulations, Karen. We had a very thorough selection process, screening, interest-based group, follow-up interviews with assistant superintendents, and then a one-on-one interview with me. So she passed with flying colors. So we're excited about having Karen on board as our Director of Secondary Learning. I would like to invite the school board to as much of the day as you would like to attend, but targeting particularly early morning on July 27th. It's a Wednesday. That's our district leadership kickoff day. And some really, really good, highly interactive professional development for that entire day. We're at CTC.
What time?
8 o'clock. So you're welcome to spend as much or little time as you choose.
CTC.
At CTC, that's correct. We'll be using the large room as well as the two back breakout rooms that day. Okay? I've just received word from Chuck Bradley that school grades will be released tomorrow morning. So as soon as those come in, we'll get them out to you. And I believe that's it for me.
Just to kind of clarify, based on the fact that we were already named a high-performing district, again, we're not expecting any surprises in school grades, right?
I'm not looking for any surprises.
Okay.
Yeah, with that.
Just making sure. Anything else for the good of the order? Meeting adjourned.